Hello T-Pros and welcome back to my IT workshop. This is your boy Alvendril. In this video we will be installing and reviewing the SilverStone PCIe remote control for your desktop computer. This is not for a laptop, this is for your desktop computer. Okay, so it can be Linux or Windows, doesn't make a difference because we won't install any software on it. So we're going to open the box and you can see 2.5 gigahertz is the frequency that it used, which is normally the frequency for Wi-Fi. So if you have access point for Wi-Fi close to it, it might cause interference. All right. So the characteristics are you can turn on and off your computer, you can restart it. It's going to make a beep and it says works as far as 20 meters, which is 65 feet. When I read this for receivers and antennas, I always have what is advertised. So I would say 10 meters or 32 feet. Okay. So unless there is nothing between the two ends, but that rarely happens. You always have a wall and all that. So it has a profile, high profile bracket and a low profile bracket. So those are the instructions if you need more information about it. And inside the box, it also comes all this. So this is the low profile bracket. I'm going to be using the high profile bracket that comes already installed because my computer is kind of big. And before that, I'm showing you that I'm not wearing any jewelry or watches, and I discharge myself of any static electricity that I might have in my body by touching a metallic case for a few seconds. That way I don't damage any circuitry, just to be on the safe side, you know. So this is the card. It's, as you can see, it's very small. PCIe connector at the bottom. And this is the high profile bracket that I was talking about. And this is very interesting. It has a jumper over here to allow the speaker to be loud, right? If you don't want it, after some time you will hate it. So you can change it. You remove it like that, and you put it on the other two pins. So it's very simple. I'm going to leave it as default, which is the speaker is allowed. So this button here is the sync button. So this one syncs the card to your controller. So we are going to use it in a few more seconds. And these are the other connectors that also go to your motherboard. As you can see over here, the power switch and the reset switch. So if your motherboard has another type of connectors, they also come with the male ones. I'm going to be using the female ones over here, these ones, because these are the most common ones, and that's the one I have on my computer. So this is the remote, obviously for your. It looks like a remote to unlock a car. So you can see the power button and the restart button. So also we have a screw and we have the regular battery or clock battery it's a standard battery, I would say, the one you use for your computer and all that, or your watch. So I'm going to remove the screw over here to show you how it looks. It's on the other side like that. And here you have to attach this battery like that. Pretty simple to install. It's not very difficult. So you have to make these latches fit over here if you cannot close it correctly, and that's it. So we're going to put back the screw. Very simple. And now that we have everything in the box, we're going to go to my computer and we're going to install it. Welcome back. So as you can see, this is my computer. This is an Asus motherboard, by the way, but the brand doesn't make a difference. So this is the fan for the processor, can be AMD or Intel, doesn't make a difference. This is the RAM, this is my video card, and this is my power supply. So something that you need to have on your motherboard, it's a free PCIe slot. As you can see over here, I'm going to zoom in. I have two. I'm going to use the one on the bottom over there. The other thing that we need is your panel, where the power switch, the reset switch, the lights for the hard drives are connected. So if you cannot read it very well, I believe you can. I added the panel, a screenshot of the connectors that I took from my motherboard's manual. So as you can see, the ones that we need is the power switch and the reset switch. And you have to look for this on your motherboard. 100% you have it in different places of your motherboard. So in my case, I have this adapter that came with my motherboard, which makes my life easier because you can connect everything right there instead of trying to do it on the motherboard itself. Okay, but many motherboards don't have this adapter, so you have to do it like I'm showing you here, pin by pin. Okay, so in my case, life is easier, thankfully. And now, as you know, we have to remove the reset switch and the power switch because those are the ones we have to replace. So I'm going just to gently remove it like that and like that. So now, and the rest can still be connected, right? Because we don't really need those. Now from the PCIe card, we have the power switch and the reset switch, the female ones. And now we are going to do the opposite. We're going to connect it back. Power switch over there because it says power at the bottom and it says ground reset, right? Like that. Now I'm going to connect it back to the motherboard, just like that. And now we're going to proceed connecting the actual card to a PCIe slot over here. So my power supply is very dirty over here. Now I'm going to zoom in. It's very simple to install. You have to gently push it down to this PCIe slot, just like that. The video is sped up here because it took me a few seconds to get it right. So my bad there. So once it's connected, it's securely attached. So that's great. And during all this time, the computer was shut down. Okay, I forgot to mention that. So now I'm going to press the button. Of course, nothing happens because the computer doesn't have power yet, but that's going to change in the next few seconds. Now allow me a few seconds to adjust my camera. And now I'm going to connect the power to this computer. And the motherboard is going to light up because that's just how my motherboard is. And now if I press it, it should work. I also have a monitor so I can show you that Windows is going to load, Windows, Linux or anything. However, to make sure everything works, we are going to sync the card with the controller. So I'm going to press this button and now it's beeping, right? And now I have to press any button on the controller, on the remote. And now it's sync. So you can do that before you do anything else, okay? So we make sure that it works. And now I'm going to press the power button. And as you can see, it turned on. So now allow me a few seconds to adjust my camera. I'm going to go to the monitor so you can see the Asus logo there, and Windows is going to boot up in a few more seconds right there. So it's working. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to press the restart button. So we're going to press it and the computer is restarting. So I'm going to give it a few seconds, the Asus logo and all that, okay? And after that, we are back in Windows. Now, another thing that we're going to do is press the power button to shut it down. And now it's shutting the machine down, as you can see over here. So that's pretty good. So you can restart it, you can shut it down and turn it on, right? So that's great. So now I'm going to do a distant testing for this remote. Welcome back. So as you can see, I have two machines now. The one on the right is the one we have been working with. We're going to verify that the PCI card is connected right there. And now I have another HP machine on which I have added another PCIe card to remotely turn it on or off. So I have the remote. I have synced both machines with the remote. So I'm going to go back 4 meters or 13 feet, and I'm going to try to turn them on. So I press the button, and both machines are turning on. The one on the right is going well, and the one on the left is not that visible, but you can see the fan spinning. And this is an error I have on these machines for a long time. I haven't fixed the rear fan, so that's another thing. Now, you can see that both are working. Now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go back again 4 meters or 13 feet, and I'm going to try to shut it down. So I go back there. This is my lab, by the way. I'm going to press the power button. And only the one on the right shut down. So I'm going to get closer. I'm going to give it a few seconds for the one on the left to do it, but it's not going to do it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the power button again. And what I think is going to happen is the one on the right is going to turn on and the one on the left is going to shut down. And that's exactly what it happened, right? So what I think is happening is, like I mentioned, if there is metal or Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz, it's going to create an interference. This one, for example, has more space, so the card is more free. This one is not the case. It's very cramped between the video card and another card that I have there. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to shut down this one, the one on the right, regularly. I'm going to go with the mouse, power, and shut down, right? So now I'm going to go around 10 meters or 32 feet. That's the farthest I can go on this basement. So as you can see me doing there, there is a wall between the machines, and I think the one on the right is going to turn on, right? Because we are farther. Now I'm going to press the power button, and now let's go over here, and as expected, the one on the right is turning on. The one on the left did not. So now I'm going to press the power button again, and it's going to do the opposite, right? Because I'm closer now. The one on the HP turn on, and the other turn off, right? So I see the same error there. I'm going to press F1 to continue. So that's the product. You can turn on, turn off, restart the computer. So I'm not going to be doing this from very far away. I'm going to be on the same level. This is my lab. I like to do things remotely, but again, I'm not going to be like 4 walls away or 2 levels above or below my machines. All right, so I think it's interesting. Let me know what you think. I'm going to leave the link in the description below for this item. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any other comment or questions, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, as you know, I'll see you in the next video.